Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jessica. I'm so excited for today's video because this is going to be a soft holiday glam look without using any eyeshadow palettes. This is going to be so easy, so simple, beginner friendly. It's going to be something that should hopefully help and save you a lot of time and hopefully a lot of money, so that you're not spending all this money on trying to buy a million eyeshadow palettes to use for glam looks for either New Year's or Christmas or whatever. So I am going to show you guys how to get this look right here. So for your eyes, you guys, you are only going to need two products, and it is so easy. A pair of lashes, some red lip, and you will be good to go. I will show you how you can take something that is very simple into a very beautiful, elegant holiday glam look without using a bunch of eyeshadow palettes. So once again, you guys, if you are new to my channel, hi, how are you? My name is Jessica. I do beauty videos and fashion videos, and basically I try to get you guys looks that are simple, that any person can follow along to. You do not have to be a professional makeup artist or somebody that does makeup every day. I also like to give you the most affordable products so that you can achieve these looks at home as well. So if that sounds like something you are into, then please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you give this a thumbs up. Please, it helps me a lot. And leave me some comments below. Now you want to make sure, you guys, that you watch the entire video because there are certain things that I do in my makeup routine that I think is so crucial in getting your makeup to last all night long, not have it cakey, still look luminous, still have that full coverage, full face effect, but still be more natural. So make sure you watch all of these through. Without further ado,
let's get into the video.
I'm gonna go ahead and start with this, I believe you say Kypris antioxidant dew. It's just like a little serum, and I got this in the BoxyCharm. So you guys have heard me talk about BoxyCharm a million times, that I think it is so worth the $25 that you pay every month because you get full-size products. And you get some high-end products in there like this serum. I believe the actual retail price for this serum was about, I think, $90. So, I mean, think about it. You're getting a $90 serum for $25 in your monthly subscription box on top of other products that you received in your box. So I think it is well worth it. You do not want to forget your neck and your chest area. I think I've said that before. You just want to make sure that you're getting a consistency with your skincare from your face all the way down to your neck and your chest. A lot of people, I think, tend to forget about that. So don't forget. I'm going to go ahead now with this Ordinary natural moisturizing, it says plus HA. It's just a nice little moisturizer, very affordable if you have, which I'm almost out. Oh, I gotta get more. But if you do not know about the Ordinary, they are a really great skincare line, and very, very, very affordable. Okay, so my face is moisturized, and now we're gonna go ahead and start applying the makeup. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is my foundation. I absolutely love, love, love this foundation. I am obsessed with it. I've talked about it so many times before, and it is so affordable, you guys. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Illuminating Foundation, and I am using two different shades. But this foundation, now I will say, if you are somebody that has oily skin, it will not be for you. And that is simply because this is probably one of the most hydrating, luminous foundations ever. And I absolutely love it for my skin type. Now I have, I would say, dry to normal skin, but I also use a lot of powders. So I feel like between the luminosity that this gives and then the powders I use, I feel like it kind of balances itself out, but I love it. So I just mix the two. I'm gonna mix it on the back of my hand, and then I take some on my finger, and I will just kind of start placing it on parts of my face. Not too much. And then I will take a damp beauty blender. I usually use a damp beauty blender like for everything. And then I'm just going to kind of start blending that foundation out. And the reason I like to start out with just that little bit that I dabbed on my face with my fingers is because, like I said, since I am kind of always changing with the skin tone since I'm self-tan, sometimes I might need to add a little bit more lighter foundation or a little bit more of the darker foundation. So I kind of just like to see how it's blending out and how I like it with the rest of my skin, like my neck and my chest. I'm gonna pick up the rest on my damp beauty blender and then once again just kind of go in and start placing the foundation in. Like, I don't know if you guys can just see how it just kind of like melted into my skin and the luminosity that it gives. Sometimes I feel like my lights are very bright, but hopefully you guys can see. It's just so luminous and hydrating. I absolutely love this foundation. I get this foundation at Ulta and I believe I will double check the price. Of course, I'm gonna link everything below, but I want to say it's around like maybe $8, $9 for this foundation. So very affordable, will not break the bank. Now we're gonna move on to concealer. So I have two different concealers here. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer that has literally been my go-to everyday concealer. I love this concealer because it is a very light to medium coverage and it blends out really nicely. I am trying to find a concealer that is just like this one, that's cruelty-free. I haven't found one yet. I have been trying different kinds, and like I said, I just haven't found one yet that is drugstore. There are some high-end cruelty-free concealers that I've tried that I love, but I want to find one that is drugstore, so I haven't found that yet. However, I did come across this. So this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. And if you are looking for a full coverage concealer, something that is similar to like that Shape Tape, this is actually a great option for a drugstore. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of this, and I like to apply this one right here on the inner parts of my eyes. And then of course we'll go ahead and do a little right here on the middle of the forehead, and then we'll go down the nose and then a little bit on the chin. And then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline and mix that, and I'm going to go ahead and take this shade and go a little bit more out. Now this might look like a lot of concealer to you guys, but I promise you it's not, especially because this Maybelline, it really and truly honestly blends out really, really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and wet this a little bit more with my setting spray, and then I'm going to blend out the concealer. Okay, so we have the concealer on, and as you guys can see, concealer makes such a huge difference, and you can see with that Milani concealer how much it has brightened my eyes. Don't worry, we're going to bring life back to my face in just a second. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to set the concealer and set this foundation. However, I will say that if you are somebody that has trouble with fine lines and wrinkles, if you are just find yourself aging a little bit, the key is to use less and less powders, to try to stick with more cream products, and just really keep your face as like moisturized as possible. So I've been finding that with like my under eyes and things like that, I can't really use a lot of baking powder or just really putting on a lot of powder. I realized with some of the fine lines that I have, it just makes it worse. So what I have been doing is, the powders that I use are still the same. This is, once again, the Maybelline Fit Me powders. This is the matte and poreless, and I am using two different shades again. So all I really do is I'm going to take this shade, it's a little bit of the lighter shade, and I have a fluffy brush right here. I really don't know what brush this is. I probably got it like Target or Walgreens, but it's a very, very soft brush. So it's not very stiff and dense. So when I pick up the powder, it's gonna gently place it and lightly place it on my face. So I'm just gonna pick up this, tap the excess off, and I have to look in my mirror here, but I'm just gonna start gently kind of tapping and pressing that onto my eye area. And I just kind of go around the entire eye, so I go on top and underneath. And then I'm gonna go right here into the center of the forehead, go on the chin, and then go right here where the contour areas would be. And as you guys can see, I did that really fast. That's what I do. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the darker shade just to match my skin tone a little bit more, and just take a little bit, tap off, and then I'm gonna kind of go around the rest of my face. And then basically what that has done is that really kind of soaked up some of that luminosity and that like shininess from the foundation, but at the same time my skin, if you were to see it in person, it still has a luminous shine to it, but it doesn't look oily. And then because I just lightly took some powder with a brush and just kind of dusted it on my face, I obviously now have some mattifying going on, but it's not going to be too much. So that has been the trick for me lately. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some bronzer on. Now, if you have watched any of my videos before, you know I'm not somebody that does hardcore, like really structured contouring. I don't feel like everybody needs to do that. So I just like to use a bronzer and bronze my face, but go in more of the contour areas. So that's what we're gonna do. It's very easy, very simple, very beginner friendly. You know, it's not too much. You're not gonna be a cake face. So y'all know, you guys know, that the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer is my number one. It is my ride or die. It is my all-time favorite bronzer. But I did want to try something that was a little bit cheaper than that, because even though the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer is drugstore, I guess, or considered drugstore, I actually think it's quite expensive for a drugstore bronzer, because I'm pretty sure, at least when I buy at Walgreens, it's like, I think it ranges, I have to, like I said, I'm gonna double check, link everything in the description, but I think it ranges anywhere from $12 to like $14. So I wanted to try something that was a little bit cheaper to see that I could recommend to you guys that works well, and once again is cruelty free. So this is by e.l.f. and this is a primer infused bronzer. So this is what it looks like. It's basically supposed to be a nice smooth applying bronzer. All I do is apply it with a fluffy brush. Once again, this isn't a super dense brush. So I just kind of dip it, tap the excess, and then I start going into those contour areas. So I just kind of start on my cheeks, and then I go around just kind of that outer layer of my face. So on my forehead, I'll go on the jawline. Okay, so that is all I do for my bronzing, contour, whatever. Now, if I ever feel like I want to do something that makes me look like I contoured a little bit more, giving my face a little bit more structure, you guys have seen me do this before, I will go ahead and take my powder. You can either take your brush or your damp beauty blender. I'm gonna go ahead with the damp beauty blender today, and you can just kind of go right underneath where you put your bronzer. And you can just kind of fake a little bit of that contouring as if you went in with, you know, a contour stick or a contour palette and really carved out your cheeks. I like doing this because it gives me a little bit of more of a soft contour. And this way, it gives me the best of both worlds. It gives me my bronze, it gives me a little bit of contour, doesn't look cakey, and that's it. Easy, breezy. No, just kidding. But it's very easy, piece of cake. Everybody could do it, So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna kind of leave all of that sitting for right now. And this is where I do things a little bit differently than I find the average like person here on YouTube. So I actually now go in with my highlight. This is going to be one of the stars of the show today for your Holiday Glam with no eyeshadow palette look. This is a brand that I have raved about for highlights, and this is Wet n Wild. This is their Mega Glow highlighting powder, and this shade is a Golden Flower Crown. I love Wet n Wild highlights, you guys. Whether it is the actual pressed powders or they have a loose highlighting powder, which works amazing. They work great, so affordable. just a steal for a highlight. Like I said, I have this golden shade right here. I take this little brush right here. I believe this is a Luxie brush. Got it in the BoxyCharm. And I'm going to swirl it in the product. And then I'm actually going to take the setting spray that I have. I'm going to spray it, dip it back in one more time, tap off this excess, and then start to go on the high points of my cheeks. And hopefully this will pick up on camera because I want you guys to see how beautiful this glow is. So I basically am going, like I said, on my cheekbone right here, and then I'm going to kind of go up into that little C shape, but not too much because, like I said, I am finding that I'm seeing a little bit more of some texture and fine lines to my skin. So when you have that, you do want to be careful with highlight because you don't want to highlight those parts of your skin. It can bring that out more and not in a good way. So you really want to be careful where you are placing your highlight. So I'm keeping it, like I said, right here. And then I like to take a little bit and go right here on to the forehead, just a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing for the other side of my cheek. That cheekbone, a little bit up. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just so pretty. Okay. And then you can do a little on the Cupid's bow. And then I am going to do it on my nose. However, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose really fast. So now that that is all done, I go ahead and I will take my setting spray. I'm just using this one now. I'm just trying to use it up. This is the Iconic London Prep Set and Glow. I got this in the BoxyCharm. It is actually almost done, but my all-time favorite setting mist is the Morphe like setting mist. It is seriously my absolute favorite. So once this is out, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that back up. But like I said, I'm just using this for right now. So for this eye look, all you are going to need is your highlights powder, your bronzer. So I'm going to go back with that Milani concealer, and I'm just going to take a little bit here and pop that on the eye, and then take the Damp Beauty Blender. I'm going to go ahead and take the pointy side and very, very gently go and blend that out. Do is now take my face powder, and I'm going to take this like little brush right here. You can use whatever brush works for you, and I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bronzer, and then I'm going to take this brush right here. I believe this is a Real Techniques brush. The name wore off, but it is a very nice fluffy blending brush. So I'm going to dip into the bronzing powder, tap off any excess, and I'm just gonna go into that crease area. So I don't know if you guys can see, I mean, it is a very, very subtle like change. All it's doing is giving me a little bit of dimension in my eyes. Alright you guys, so unfortunately I had to do a little bit of a voiceover right now because I do feel like this video is getting very long. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do a voiceover and try to get this done a little bit more quickly. So basically, as you saw, I put the bronzer in my crease, and then I went and took that Wet n Wild highlight, and I put that all over the lids of my eyes, and it gave me a very beautiful and subtle glow to my eyelids. It's not too much. It's not too like bright on the eyes. It's just enough for that like very easy glam holiday look. So that's what I did. And then I am going to use the Sephora lash glue. Unfortunately, I don't have the white one. I usually love using the white glue, but I have the black one because they were out. So because I am using the black glue and sometimes it can leave some residue, I am going to go ahead and do a very subtle winged liner. Alright, so I went ahead and did my wing. As you can see, it is a very small, slight wing. You don't always have to make the wings so dramatic, especially because it doesn't always look good on everybody. And like I said, I wanted to keep this look very simple and elegant and classy at the same time. So I just did a slight wing with the liquid liner, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop on mascara and lashes. Okay, so the lashes that I'm going to be using, I actually showed these on my Instagram. These are from a girl that I am friends with on Instagram. I will link her obviously in the description. Her name is Jaymee, but she sells for Red Aspen, and they have a lot of like lashes and mascara and just makeup products, and she's very knowledgeable about all of them. And she had sent me these this pair of lashes. I believe the style is Mary Claire. Like I said, I will link everything below, but I've really been loving them. They've been such a fun pair of lashes to wear. They're a really good mix between a glam lash but not being overly dramatic. So I've really been loving them. They're very soft. They've got this silky look to them. So that is what I'm going to be popping on my eyes. All right, so I popped those lashes on, and then I kind of just quickly went over the top part of my eyes again with that liner just to go over the lash band. And then all I did was I put on a white liner on the bottom waterline. It is a white eye jumbo pencil by NYX. Once again, I'm gonna have everything linked in the description below. So that finished off the eye look, and then I took that Fenty, I believe it's called Diamond Bomb highlighter, and I just did that as just an extra little like layer for the highlight. I absolutely love it. It's great. I just put it on top of that Wet n Wild, and it just gives you a little bit of that extra sparkle and extra glow. So I went ahead and applied that. And then right after I put that on, I just went in with some blush. I like to do my blush after my highlight. I know I'm weird like that, but I just like to blend it out that way. So I'm just using this Baked Blush by Laura Geller. I do believe I got that in BoxyCharm once again. And then I just went ahead and sprayed my face one more time with my setting spray and then pressed it in with the Beauty Blender. And that's just gonna lock all of that makeup in for the last time. All right, so now I'm gonna do the last step, which is popping on my red lip. I am using this right here by Revlon. It is their HD matte liquid lip, and I love this color. This is a very beautiful, like bright red with an orange undertone. So it's just gonna be a little bit more brighter. It's gonna give you a little bit more of that pop. So I absolutely love it. It's the perfect Christmas and New Year's color. I actually also love this in the summer because it has an orange undertone. It's just very bright, and I really love it for the holiday looks. So I'm applying that. I am not applying any lip liner or anything like that. I'm just going to carefully put this on and try to kind of go on the lining of my lips, and then I will clean any of the edges up. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I am absolutely loving this glam look. I wore this for Thanksgiving. I will most likely be wearing it for Christmas. Basically, I'm probably going to just be wearing this all times going out for anything that has to do with holiday celebration because like I said, this is such an easy look to do. It still gives me my glam vibes, but it's not too much. It's not cakey on my face, and it is just so simple to do. And I love this look, and I feel like this look would definitely look good on multiple types of people, different types of skin tones. So hopefully this was something that you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to give this a thumbs up, guys, please. If you love this, it would really help me out. Also, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure that you guys do turn on that notification bell, or else you will not know every time I upload. And then leave me any comments below, any questions you have, anything that you want. I love to connect with you there. And until the next video, you guys, I hope you guys have happy holidays, and I will see you guys in my next video.